I need the goal first. I'll get the steps later. I like theory because it encompasses a whole lot of concretes. Like the how-tos are so easy for me. Sometimes purifying an idea too much is really just a waste of time. Unless you're creating a system, even people who create systems, it's like a hodgepodge of different ideas sometimes. It's being as though I've done it. The idea is so perfect in your mind, but when you start applying you need that whole iterative process, and
Yeah.
I get the whole idea of systematizing. That's helpful. But every time I ever come up against one of these systematized things, I'm always in a setting where people are asked to do it and don't do it and don't use it at all. So it might be something like, what's the SMART? You ever heard of SMART? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, somebody wants some deliverables in a SMART format and people don't do it, and my whole thing is that step by step how to's are cool, but then it's like, I'm going to swap out one of those steps. I know I am. I'm not going to do it in order. I'm going to skip another
Right.
part. That's just me. And because life is an iterative process in a sense, I just need the spirit of what we're doing. And
Yeah. Give me a framework. I
yeah,
don't need every single second play by play. I just need to know generally this is where we're going. It requires you to go through some steps. I'm like, cool. All right.
and that's to me where we're going is the important piece in my mind.
Yes.
And that's what I'm not saying what I'm saying is right or right for everybody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that for me, when I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at where are we going? What is the ultimate thing? Do I want nutrition or do I want poison? I'm going to choose nutrition. So we're going to figure out the things that get us to nutrition. I don't need to
There you
say,
go.
this is an amoeba, this is a this is a nutrient. I don't want to do that step-by-step build-up thing. I want nutrition. Then all of the things that fill in and that help to that process. Because I like ideas. But the one thing that also reminds me that I'm not a philosopher and never going to be a philosopher or ever want to be in philosophy class like that is that people sterilize ideas to the point that they're almost useless. And that's not the type of philosophy that I'm interested in.
Right. That's not what I'm asking for.
So when I'm having conversations with people who take the position that some of these idealistic approaches are unrealistic because they have standards that many people don't achieve. I look at it as the opposite way. I look at it as like the standard is kind of a result of the achievement of the higher end of the achievement. Because I just never try to say that there's only good. And I definitely ain't going to say that there's only bad, but I look at it as a mixture. And I'm just like, okay, there's
Yeah.
a threshold. Some people are meeting it, some people aren't. But in nowhere in the world are these things not both happening. I do say both things happening because I try to have rational ends. I don't like doing that whole gray idea. Oh man, some things you don't know if it's good or bad or good.
I'm
Nah,
like, that's
man.
lazy thinking.
Nah, man.
We have a goal. Goals are clarifying. Once I have a clear outcome that I'm trying to achieve, something's either leading me toward it or leading me away from it. It's on a continuum. Not everything perfectly leads me there. Everything perfect takes me away. It's kind of, the path is winding, but
Right,
the path is in a trajectory. It's going somewhere,
right,
one way or the other.
right. So if I look at ideas, and especially if I look at something like morality or politics, and as a result, economics, like a pizza, I don't say you should get this slice of pizza and that slice of pizza and that slice of pizza. I say, don't get this slice, don't get that slice. But whatever's there is left is the stuff that's good. So in my mind, I always think everything that people want to do that isn't bad is good.
Right.
That's how I look at it. And but some people they don't. They're like, well, we need to cut. Your boy loves to come up with a specific idea with a, hey, we need to come up with a perfect calculation to determine everything that's good, and then that way we can only put. That's not realistic to me. Realistic to me is when you find out something is bad, You get rid of that. Then you leave the other parts. If it's not determined, it's not determined. It could be good, it could be bad, but everything that's there that's not bad is good.
Until proven otherwise. I hear you. And
Yeah.
I think there are some things that you can allow into your life that are not life ending bad. And so it's just like, hey, there's room here to experience and like experiment and figure out what things are more useful or when they are going to be more useful, and allow for the learning that like, hey, some things are going to be less useful every time, and you may have to just say no to that.
You have to say no to it. You may have to say yes to it and lose. So you know to say no to it next time.
Right.
But that's what I mean. I don't expect people to know until they have to learn to know. I don't just expect them to know.
Right. I expect you to actively try, learn for yourself, make your own mistakes.
Right.
But we don't all make the same mistakes. That is the part where I'm just like, once you've actively said, oh, I did this thing, I found out that the bad thing was bad, I'm going to let you know about it. Like, oh, I don't have to go find out my own. No, I believe you. That sounds uncomfortable and detrimental. I can just let you, you know, be the one with that experience. I don't need to have that experience too. I don't have to prove you right or wrong. I believe that was wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing, and I want to bring it full circle, the whole conversation. When I say full circle, I'm bringing it back to the whole idea of here's how you do this. Here's the strategic way how you think this, that, and the other, and go from this point to that point, and that's all the technicalities of it. Whereas though the idea, the whole decision to want better, to want achievement, to want the good thing, that's a philosophical orientation thing. I don't need the steps yet. I
Not
need the
yet.
goal
That's how you
first.
start. Yes.
I'll get the steps later. Those steps are helpful once I establish the goal. It's a bit of a bypass, man, because you can sell a full idea and people will learn the steps later. But
Yes.
how many people take the steps to get to the idea?
You have to actually sell the idea. You have to actively tell them what we're talking about, what the real problem is, what the promise is of a, what if there was a real solution for your problem? And then, what if there are ways to access the solution in a way that's going to be worth it? Like, what if it's worth the cost? What if it's worth the energy, worth the effort? You have to actively convince and persuade people of that.